Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Thursday here in Los Angeles, here in Southern California. Of course, let's go to our friends in Cedar City in Utah. And of course, being with the Southern Utah women's basketball team, we've got three Australian players that's playing over there at the moment. Of course, their team is starting off the conference season with a 2-0 start after winning 2 games last week. And of course, they've got a big game coming up against Seattle. And of course, we've got 3 very special guests to join us right now to tell us a bit about it. Thanks all 3 for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No worries. Well, I'll get all 3 to introduce yourselves and tell us what position all 3 play on the court.
I'm Emmy. I'm from Canberra and I'm a guard. I'm also a freshman here at SU.
I'm Lizzie. I'm a center and I am a junior.
I'm Aisha and I'm a point guard and I'm a sophomore.
2 from 2 to start your conference play in the WAC conference against Utah Tech and New Mexico State. How good was it to get 2 out of 2, one at home and 1 on the road in a very close fashion?
It's super nice. I think especially road wins are always super fun. It's a good way to start the conference. Obviously, it's a new conference for us, so super exciting. We had a tough preseason, so good to get in and get some wins.
Yeah, great confidence boost moving forward as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just having a look at your season record, that game against New Mexico State was your first road win this season in conference play. So how exciting was it when you won that game on the road on New Year's Eve?
Yeah,
it's good. It's definitely a big, like as Emmy said, a confidence boost. Like we didn't have that in the preseason. Now we've got that and just a lot more confidence when we go on the road now.
And it was great to have a tough one and to be able to get the W. We've had many tough ones in the preseason that we just couldn't get the W on. So that was a great win.
Back on the road again. You're going up to Seattle in the Pacific Northwest to play on the, because I think there's one Australian that's playing in that team at the moment. How cool is it to face up against another Aussie player? It's
super fun. I think whenever we get to play other people from back home, it's, just kind of a general acknowledgement if we don't know them already, which we usually do, and just, get to say a quick hi and stuff, which is super nice. Seattle's super nice anyways. We have a bunch of teammates who are from that area, so it's a nice way to have them go home and play around people that they're familiar with as well.
What's the goal now for this team? Now you're in the conference play, a pretty tough pre-season in the non-conference play at this, I think it was 4-7 in the non-conference. What's the goal now, considering now you're sort of back on track and obviously assuming going for that conference championship?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Conference championship's the goal. We had a tough preseason. We played a lot of Pac-12 teams and stuff, so I think that's prepared us well for the WAC. And yeah, to win a WAC championship.
Yeah, that's always the goal, getting that championship. So yeah,
1 win at a time. We'll get there.
How's practice been like this week into Seattle?
It's been good. We had it's nice to have a long break between games, so it gives us time to really focus on not only the team we have coming up, but just on ourselves a little bit and our principles, and actually get to put in some work, not just go from one scout to the next. And it's nice.
Tell us a bit about your amazing head coach.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
Our whole coaching staff is great.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for better, honestly.
Yeah,
that's all. It's not really
yeah. They're awesome people and they care about us on and off the court. Yeah. They're just amazing. They're fun to be around. Even when things aren't going well, they always make sure we're looking at the positives, and they keep us focused for sure.
They have a great balance between just I think fun and seriousness, and also on and off court, as Emmy said.
Yeah. Have either of you learned anything from your coaches?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Many things.
A whole lot.
Yeah.
No, obviously it's a big jump, a big difference playing from here to Australia. I mean, the whole game style is different, the pace of the game is different, and we're learning new things every day. So
let's talk a bit about all 3 of your basketball journeys. Where did it all start and why did you choose it?
I'm from Adelaide. I can't even remember when I wanted to go play basketball in America. I just always wanted to do it. Dad blames High School Musical, but I don't actually know. I just always wanted to come over here and play. It was always a dream. So yeah, it's cool to be doing it, living it.
Yeah, I actually spent some time in California in middle school, and that's probably when I first was like, wow, like that's something I really want to do. And then I moved home, and that goal was still a big goal of mine. So I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm from Tassie, so yeah. I grew up in the basketball Tasmania system, and that's just all I've ever known. To just play basketball, and same as Lizzie, like I just wanted to come here and play college basketball. It's always been a dream of mine. So yeah.
So, Lizzie, I need to ask you this because you just mentioned it in your answer just a moment ago. And you mentioned about your parents mentioned about High School Musical. Is that partially, the true factor of this?
I don't know. I mean, I did always love that movie, one of my favorites, but I'm not sure probably what maybe introduced me to it. But no, I think just seeing players ahead of me and their journeys and going to college really just made it just the like experience to come over here. I love traveling and being able to focus on my basketball while I study, I think was a huge one for me as well. Yeah.
Don't be fooled. She's actually a theatre kid, so
No. No. I was remote.
She's just too tall to be. They told her no, you should go play basketball.
So all three mentioned right at the start what position you'll play on the court. If you had a dream position where you're trying to convince your coaches to put you, where would that be? Be honest.
Lizzie, I want to dunk it. I want to be
I feel like being a shooter would be nice. You can kind of just stand there and drink threes if I could.
I want to be the coach. I want to yell at the players.
She does that enough already.
So what made you think about that, about doing coaching? And is that something you want to do after you finish college?
Well, yeah, well, I've been injured for a while, so I've been on the sideline and just watching the game, and it's like a bit eye-opening. So yeah.
Aisha has a great basketball IQ, so we always really value her input. I think she always has great notes to like give to the team.
Ask you this then. You mentioned that you're injured at the moment. How long until you come back? If you come back this season?
It's a bit up and down at the moment because I've had hip trouble. So I tore my ACL. So that was just like a 12-month recovery, and my surgery was in March. So I would be back March around this year, March-ish. So probably not going to be back for this season.
How frustrating is that for you, sitting on the sidelines?
Oh, very frustrating. Especially, I think the big thing is like not being able to travel with the team and stuff like that. Like, I think that's a big thing as well. So, yeah.
All three of you, have you ever played against each other when you were playing back home?
I think we definitely have, but probably just like didn't notice it.
I remember playing Aisha in under 18s at Townsville. I don't know if that.
I think it was Townsville.
2018, I want to say. 19, yeah. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're youngins, so they're a bit younger than me, so they probably played against each other more than me. But yeah, we have a lot of mutual
friends.
Connections.
Yeah.
Give your local basketball association back home a bit of a shout out. And is there a particular coach that has really brought you to where you are now over there in college?
I mean, I would say basketball ACT and Phil Brown and Nat Hurst and Shane Wallace. They're my three main ones. I would say leading up to college, they really helped me.
I would say Sturt Sabres, like they're my club back home, and especially I want to shout out Neil Glidden and Rachel Swan. They've been two coaches that were just super, they were great.
I would say just everyone who came, like all the coaches that came through basketball Taz, especially like Nick Martin, Mark Radford, Sarah Veal. I played with also like Keely Froling and Kelsey Griffin, so they really helped me out a lot before coming over here too. So yeah.
So what have all three learnt from each other on and off the basketball court? Considering all three come from different states in Australia.
I think it's nice to have that familiarity of like, we're all kind of super far from home, and on holidays we can't just, dip home, drive home for the weekend. So it's just definitely nice to have that support of like other people from Australia there. And it is, as Aisha mentioned over here, like a completely different, not completely different, but a different style of play. So it's also nice to have, people on the court that do kind of what you do back home.
And understand each other a little bit better.
What does the sport of basketball mean to all three of you, and especially being there at Southern Utah? And why did you choose Southern Utah?
I think for me, basketball allows me to like travel and meet new people. I think that's the most exciting thing for me. Like, I do love basketball as a sport by itself, but like the social side of it is huge, and like making connections and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree. I've played since I was 3, so it's always just been such a huge part of my life. And I would say I chose Southern Utah just because of the people. Like, that was really just the main thing that drew me here. There's just fantastic people, as we said, great coaches, great teammates. Like, really couldn't ask for better in those categories.
Yeah.
So.
And the opportunity to get our college degree was something you couldn't pass up. Like, if you're at home, I like didn't really know what I wanted to do, so college was a solid pathway for me to take.
And it's a free degree too. So.
Yeah.
Like that.
Tell that to my parents.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so if you don't mind me asking, what studies that all 3 are doing, and how are you juggling it?
I'm in architecture. It's a bit tough. This semester is going to be pretty tough. We have like practice at 12, and most of our classes are like really early in the morning. So yeah, so it'll be pretty tough. It's not, coaches make sure school's always first, so it's not like that tough to keep on top of your schedule and stuff like that. But to be playing basketball and have your school at the same time, I mean, that's pretty tough. That's always going to be tough.
I'm doing elementary education, and yeah, basically just everything I just said. This is balancing schedules.
I'm doing a communications degree just because I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and it's something that transfers home quite easily. So.
Any future ambitions in basketball post college? I know obviously you all 3 still got a fair bit of time in college to go, but anything post that?
I mean, I would love to keep playing. As Aisha said, like, basketball, big thing that's so fun about it is getting to travel while like doing what you love. So, I mean, I'm kind of not really trying to set any plans in place, but whether I go back home and play in Australia or get to go overseas, that'd be super cool. Like, just get to keep playing and traveling and meeting new people.
Wherever it takes us, really. I think I'm just taking it day by day, and whatever comes up, but not really putting a stress on it either.
I would like to go back home and play probably, and then find somewhere to coach, or maybe play overseas. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, but I'd still like to keep playing.
Silliest question I'm going to ask, considering all 3 are technically over here in the US, because I'm obviously over here myself. Do you miss home?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like honestly, like my first year here, it was like easy. I was like, oh, it's so new, it's so exciting. But once you like go home and then come back again, that's when I was like, oh, okay, I miss home. And we didn't go home this summer, any of us. So I think it has been a long time away. And yeah, but it's nice to have each other and to have like a built-in family around us as well while we're here. So.
Yeah, and when you go home, everything's changed and nobody tells you about it. And you're like, what is that doing there?
So all 3 are planning to come home during the summer break?
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a long time for all of us, so I think we all deserve it.
Yes.
Yeah.
What will be your advice to people back home that should get involved in basketball, and any of the kids out there are dreaming to hopefully go to the US and do what you're doing right now and play college ball?
Just like work hard, and no matter, like, say if a coach back home like discourages you, just do what you want to do and stay true to yourself, because I feel like at home it's been a trend to discourage kids from going to college or telling them they're not good enough and stuff like that. So I just think there's a spot for everyone in any program in America or Australia, so just do what you want to do.
Yeah, and I would just say, like, prepare early. Like, the people are starting to recruit like super early now, and I feel like I probably didn't get on top of it as early as I could have. So know what you have to do school wise, know what you have to do like recruiting wise, film wise, and just be open to everything. Hear coaches out. And yeah,
I think for me, when you get here, you have to really be open-minded. Like, it's going to be really different when you come here. Like, even the culture, just everything about the whole experience is going to be different, I think. And also, like, finding your place within the program. Like, you have to be, like, to contribute well on a team, you have to be good at one thing. Like, you have to be really good and really consistent at one thing. That's all the coaches want from you in any program. So yeah.
Show a couple lighthearted questions about your teammates there at Southern Utah. Firstly, who had the most embarrassing moment on the basketball court so far this season, and what was it?
probably me. I'm not sure what it was.
Lizzie had a layup in the last game that was pretty funny. She
that
like
was bad.
caught it like under the basket and didn't
And
know
just-
where she was and just chucked it up again.
Yeah,
and it
it
went, like,
completely
backwards.
missed.
That was bad.
We
Yeah.
watched it in film the other day.
I
and
was
it
thinking
pretty
about
funny.
me pulling on the sweater actually during practice.
Oh. In summer, we had a practice in our practice gym, and one of our coaches like left their sweater jumper like on the sideline, and like 3 seconds before Lizzie slipped, I was like, "Oh, someone should move that." And then the next minute, I'm looking away and I hear Lizzie just falling on the ground.
Stacked.
So funny.
Bad. But yeah, I don't know. Funny stuff happens in practice every day. We're
All
pretty
the
lighthearted
time.
group, so that's
Yeah.
fun. Good to be
Funny
around.
stuff happens to you every day, Liz.
Please.
That's not.
So who's the comedian, the best singer, and internet TikTok / Be Real?
Dayla is the comedian
Yeah, I'd say Dayla.
and TikToker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dayla just always has the funniest one-liners. She'll just say stuff. I'm like, how do you even think of that? She's just
Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Uh-huh.
our point guard.
Yeah, Sam.
Best singer, Lizzie.
Lizzie,
Lizzie's a theatre kid,
No,
so she's
we
a
need to
good
stop
singer.
saying this. In my
she
past.
when on our team retreat, she like
No.
Oh,
Everyone did karaoke, not just me. Don't worry.
yeah, but you were the best.
No. Well, it wasn't hard. Katie was singing million. Did you?
pre-game superstition or ritual by either of you?
I have to nap. I have to take a nap, otherwise I'll get tired during the game. I'm like, sub me out. I need to go to bed.
Yeah.
I just like shooting early. I don't know. I feel like it helps me with my shot. Like I like getting there way early and then like having a break when everyone else is shooting. So
Yeah. I have to get my left foot taped before my right. If that doesn't happen, I get mad.
Sorry, Emmy. How often has that happened? That they haven't been taped.
We just got a new trainer, and she taped my right foot first one time, and I told her that wasn't okay. But she's learnt from now. She's good about it now. But she laughs at me every single day. She's like, she'll like grab my right foot as a joke, and I like look at her, and then she's like, I'm kidding, it's fine.
Any pre-game tunes or songs to hype the team up, or even yourselves before a game?
I mean, I listen to all kinds of music. It depends
High
on the
School
day and my
Musical.
mood. No, I don't listen to High School Musical. It really just depends. I mean, I would. Why not? But no, it just depends on the day on my mood. I don't really have a set playlist. Just whatever I'm feeling like that day.
Yeah. I think Utah's kind of converted me. I don't know about these guys, but to country a little bit.
Yeah, I like country.
Yeah.
I like country.
There's
Not
some-
really a pregame, but
Yeah, there's some country tunes that I really like.
I'm a big house music fan. I need some doof doof before the game. Like some get my heart rate up a little.
We'll finish with these last two. So how's the Aussie accent going with your teammates? And if so, who does the best Aussie accent, if any good?
none of them.
No.
No,
They,
yeah.
but they like to definitely imitate it for sure.
Yeah. Well, they do. They just go like British every time they try and like imitate it. Like, and it's pretty much every day. It's an everyday thing.
It's just whenever we say no, they're like, no.
Yeah, they say yeah. They'll just like repeat something we say funny. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
We can't call for ball ever without them.
Oh yeah.
Kind of,
If you
yeah.
say ball, like they'll be like boo boo boo. Like
Yeah.
yeah. It's like
Oh no.
yeah.
So how's the American accent going for either of you?
I cannot do it. They like ask me all the time because like I've lived in America before and I like cannot do it. It's so bad.
My Aussie friends tell me that I'm getting a bit of an American twang, and that doesn't make me happy, but yeah,
Yes.
a little bit. I've been here too long. I need to come home.
I don't know about you guys. Mine's pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah.
give us
Oh
a
my god. Ball.
Well, have you convinced any of your teammates that we ride kangaroos and we have kangaroos as pets?
I mean, one of the not really. Some of them just really don't know though. I think one of my teammates my freshman year, I won't call her out, but she was like, "Oh, you guys have like phones there? You guys like, I don't know. She's like, I just thought it was like you lived in like huts. I'm like, please, what are you talking about? She really wasn't. Yeah, it was Dayla. I'm not gonna lie. Classic Dayla.
Where I'm from, we have a lot of wallabies, and I'd tell them like, oh yeah, we have like a I don't know what you call a group of wallabies, but like a lot of them in our like backyard. And they were like, what? No way. Like you have mini kangaroos in your backyard? I'm like, yeah, it's not that weird. But
Yeah.
They're not very educated, so they will ask about they'll ask about like spiders. The other day we convinced one of the freshmen that we have drop bears. Like just like silly things like that. We'll pull up like random photos and we're like, oh, we have that back home, and then you get them like going, and then like after like 10 minutes you'll be like, we're kidding, and then they're like mind blown, like they have no idea.
Yeah.
Like we can say anything and they'll believe it.
It's the spiders that get them. They're like, I'm never visiting Australia because of the spiders.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do is show them like videos of kangaroos like fist fighting and like jumping and like kicking people. Like, oh, I'm never coming to Australia. What the hell? Like,
Well, I think you might have just answered my last question then. Have you convinced any of your teammates to come down to Australia? Well, I'm assuming that's a no by the sounds of that answer.
I think that they just say that. I feel like some of them like would at least.
I think they're definitely intrigued by it, and
I mean, it's a good place. There's good people. Like, it's pretty chilled out. Like,
we always tell them our like doors are open, obviously, and our families would always have any of our teammates stay there.
And the food's really good. So yeah.
All three, thank you so much for getting up some of your time to join us. Obviously, fantastic start to the season. 2-0 in your WAC conference at the moment. Best of luck in Seattle, which is on Saturday. Your Saturday here, but obviously Sunday back home. And hopefully you can continue that undefeated streak in the conference by beating Seattle on the road yet again.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much.
Not a problem. Of course, if you want to follow the mighty Southern Utah women's basketball team throughout the season, of course, we'll put all the details up, including their upcoming schedule coming up, obviously with their game coming up this Sunday. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.